awards are about to begin.
The event is about to begin. I hope the people at the back can see me and hear me. Wave, please, everybody in the back tables. Fantastic, great stuff. My name is Taki Suleiman. I'm the Chief Exec of the Argyll and Bute Third Sector Interface, and welcome to the awards. You can't hear. What about now? Okay, let's do a very brief sound check, but before we start formally with the announcements, which will be pre-recorded, just a quick announcement that we'll be live streaming this event, so there'll be people watching on YouTube. So no swearing, anybody who's speaking at the podium, and no swearing in the audience, best behaviour and all that. And the second announcement is that there are no fire alarms expected this afternoon. So we're going to do a quick sound check to make sure everybody at the back can hear. So can you hear me now if I'm this close to the microphone? Yes, is that right? Is that a yes or no? Yeah, there's a thumbs up there on the back table. I think we'll have to lift the microphone. Oh, thank you.
Welcome to the Volunteer of the Year Awards 2023. This event celebrates the extraordinary contributions made by volunteers in our community and inspires others to follow in their footsteps. This ties in perfectly with the theme of Volunteers Week 2023, Celebrate and Inspire. We have gathered here tonight to honour the selfless efforts of those who have gone above and beyond to make a positive impact in our community. We are thrilled to have with us some distinguished guests to present the awards. Please welcome Fiona Davies, Chief Officer at Argyll and Bute Health and Social Care Partnership. Alex Edmonston, Livergyle's Active School Sport and Community Learning Manager. Heather Bryson, BCYA Ambassador. Laura Evans, Partnership Officer for Argyll and Bute with Police Scotland. Renee Kennedy Boyle, General Manager at Fine Futures, and winner of last year's Lifetime Achievement Award, Sandy Brunton, General Manager at Mull and Iona Community Trust. For those who could not make it in person, we have made arrangements to live stream the event and record it on YouTube so that everyone can share in this special occasion. So, sit back and enjoy the evening as we celebrate our community's volunteers. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming our first speaker of the evening, Fiona Davies.
Thank you, everyone. I'm just going to check the people at the back can now hear. Oh, no. Can the people at the back hear now? Oh. And I was going to tell you a witty anecdote, but it won't work if you can't hear it. Talk amongst yourselves while we get it sorted. Yeah, the height's perfect. Right, am I going to try it up there now? Try it up there? Oh, no. Shall I go up? Right, this is last chance now. Is that any better? Okay, I'll tell you the story anyway, because now I've started, I feel the need to go on. So, when I was 5, the head teacher came over to me in the lunch hall and said, Fiona Mann, as I was then, your voice is as loud as mine, and I thought she was paying me a compliment. She wasn't. Anyway, thank you so much for inviting me to open your celebration of volunteering in Argyll and Bute. It's a genuine pleasure to be given the opportunity to honour people in our community who give freely of their time for the benefit of others. You demonstrate how volunteering can support our own well-being, but also to create and build resilience when we contribute to our communities. I volunteer in my local area, as does my husband and my teenage children, so I can personally endorse the benefits of volunteering to all. Today, we will be honouring volunteers across our local areas in urban, mainland, remote mainland and island settings. Those who bring a focus in sports coaching for young people and adults, offering learning opportunities and supporting health and well-being, amongst many others. Choosing a Volunteer of the Year is a hugely difficult task, as you all make more impact on the lives of individuals and groups than you could ever know. You provide support, inspiration, and all of you are role models. Volunteering is not an add-on to our community activity, it is an integral part of it, and it's what keeps our communities healthy. It has sustained Argyll and Bute in recent years through challenging times. I'm not going to say the C word, I've said it enough over the last 3 years, but ensuring that we are continuing to hold Argyll and Bute values of a compassionate, caring and equal community close in our recovery. I hope you enjoy this day, which celebrates all that you bring, and in this you feel our gratitude for what you do. So my last job is to introduce Heather Bryson to you. Heather is a British Citizen Youth Ambassador, and she will be speaking to you directly after me. So enjoy your afternoon, and over to Heather.
can people at the back hear me? Yep, there we go. You didn't want me. You didn't think that you needed young people, but you do. My name's Heather Bryson BCYA, and I'm age 11. I've been asked to say a few words to open this wonderful event, and I'll explain how and why people and organisations need other kids like me. First of all, I would like to congratulate not only the finalists, but everyone who puts their time and effort into the voluntary sector. I've already done that bit. I would like to thank TSI Argyll and Bute for giving me this opportunity to hopefully inspire others. I'd like to share some of my adventures with you, which have led me to being here today. The hope is that organisations will give other kids like me the opportunities I've had. As a 7-year-old, I struggled during lockdown and my mental health was affected. Unlike many others, I was lucky enough to find a focus, which just happened to lead me into carrying out volunteering work. My adventure started with recycling, making items and selling them at craft fairs, raising money for dementia services. Unfortunately, due to a second lockdown, my focus changed, and I wanted to be a YouTuber. My mum, being an old dinosaur, had no idea what a YouTuber was. She told me to go and think of something meaningful to film. I came up with the idea of doing chair exercises for the older and disabled people. My dad and I started to produce exercise videos with the help of the NHS physiotherapists, which were uploaded to YouTube for everyone to access. Along with these videos and 2 major events, this gave me a global following, resulting in numerous awards, including the BCYA and a place on the plane to Orlando with Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway. And here's my ticket, my golden ticket. My recycling and chair exercises are just the tip of the iceberg, but I won't bore you. Why do organisations want me now? The forward-thinking organisations that think out the box have realised that my generation can bring skills that no adult can provide. An example of this, I volunteer my time as a buddy with a charity that supports children and young adults with disabilities to participate in sports. As a buddy, I support participants in different ways. If someone is blind, we'll work as a 2-person team to catch and pass a ball. If a peer is struggling, it's easier and settling to talk to someone of the same age. I can be less intimidating to speak to, and I can talk about things that relate to my age group. How do kids as young as primary school benefit from volunteering? I've had the opportunity to learn social skills that will stand me in good stead for the years ahead. Confidence, communication skills, public speaking, resilience, just to name a few. How many kids could stand in front of a large audience like this without fear? If it wasn't for organisations giving me a chance to volunteer, I wouldn't be here today. I've been invited to places I could only dream of, met people that I've seen on TV, but more importantly, I've come into contact with wonderful people making a difference in their own communities. My future is brighter with the skills I've gained and contacts I have made. How communities benefit. If organisations give us opportunities from a young age, we grow into active members of the community with an ethos of let's help each other. Our communities have suffered over lockdown. Let's build them back up together. Over these last 3 years, volunteers have halved in numbers. Our communities are feeling the result of this. By widening the age range, we can build back the numbers, gain volunteers that will possibly be with them throughout school and into working environments. In the long run, even introducing their own children to the benefits of volunteering. Part of the reason I'm standing here today is to highlight the BCYA for under 18s and the BCY and the BCA for adults. I've been lucky enough to gain letters after my name. This is a beautiful medal that I've gained. I'm the only Scottish ambassador. My role is to encourage you to nominate the unsung heroes in your area. I will share the link to the BCYA and BCA website on my social media pages, or please feel free to speak to me about the nomination process. I like to chat. Once again, I would like to thank TSI Argyll and Bute for for inviting me here today, and congratulate everyone on their hard work. The future is brighter if we all think out the box. That's when magic happens. I'll finish you by asking to thumbs up and smile.
And big thanks to Heather for that inspiring presentation. Talking about inspiration, I'm hoping that you feel that we've taken inspiration from our surroundings. And Lauren here, who has kindly organised the event, has tried to bring the outside in. And this kind of event where we bring volunteers together, bring organisations together, is so important, I think, to recognise what you all do for our communities. And we say that every year, but it's so important that we recognise the contribution that you all make to your local communities. And that's why we have put on this event this year. At the end of the event, so don't run away, I'm going to make two important announcements which I think will help support volunteering in Argyll and Bute. And it's a small step to try to encourage more volunteers to come forward, more organisations to support volunteers in a consistent way. But also, it's important that we recognise what we have achieved over the last year and move forward and try to build on that. Now, the next category, the first category, I should say, is the Regional Hero Awards.
The Regional Heroes Award is split into 5 areas: Helensburgh and Lomond, Cowell and Bute, the Islands, Mid Argyll and Kintyre, and Oban and Lorne. This award is for recognition of how the volunteers build our communities with their contribution. Our first regional award is for the Helensburgh and Lomond region. Shortlisted for this award are Mark Bone, Adrian Kerr, and Linda Shanks. And the winner is Adrian Kerr. Adrienne was nominated by Maggie Clark for her exceptional dedication to delivering virtual Qigong sessions for Verses arthritis. Despite her own health challenges, she consistently prepares and conducts engaging sessions via Zoom, benefiting people with arthritis throughout Argyll and Bute. Adrienne's inclusive teaching style, adaptability, and commitment to continuous skill development make her a true inspiration. Her positive impact, both within the organisation and the community, sets her apart as a deserving candidate for this award.
Adrian, would you like to come up and collect your award?
I'm Maggie Clark. I'm a regional officer working for Versus Arthritis. So my area I cover is Argyll and Bute. Adrienne is one of our physical activity volunteers. She does Tai Chi, but for Versus Arthritis, she delivers Qigong. When I first met her, it was at one of her virtual Qigong courses when I just joined the organisation last January, and she just blew me away. such a lovely personality, and she just brings you along. I found her quite inspirational, and so much so that when we were delivering another set of Qigong trainers sessions, I signed up to go and do it myself, just because I thought, wow, absolutely loved it. I loved her teaching style, and I loved the way she was with people, this enthusiasm and passion she has for it that she brings out in the courses. It supported me. It supported the staff who had just left and were finding their way, and it supported other staff who were still working with us through a difficult time. And it also enabled our volunteers to not just get support from joining us, but also to have a go at running a virtual session as well. So she was helping them to develop as well. So we need to be recognising and celebrating our volunteers even more than we do, because they do a tremendous amount of work. And I know that it's not just Adrienne delivering the Qigong, it's all the practice that you have to do to keep your skills there, that, you know, that goes behind that people attending these courses don't actually see. So that was my main reason for nominating Adrienne. I just think she's fantastic. Keep going, Adrienne, we'll love you to bits.
Oh, shucks. I'm really embarrassed at having so many nice things said about me. I don't take well to compliments. I feel like a fraud, because you'll all understand, volunteering makes me happy. And I love the look in people's faces when they get it and they want to keep doing it. And I met a little old lady on the beach once who said, Adrienne, I do Qigong every day now. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? And I really don't want to say any more. Thank you for nominating me and voting for me.
Our next award is for the Cowal and Bute Regional Hero. Nominated are Nikki Murphy, Fiona Gallagher, Owen Gillespie, Corey MacDonald, and Jason Coles. Volunteers shortlisted are Corey MacDonald, Fiona Gallagher, and Owen Gillespie. And the winner is Corey MacDonald. Corey, a dedicated volunteer at the Glenfinnan Walled Garden in Ardentinny for the past 7 years, was nominated by Anna Williamson and is a deserving candidate for this award. Despite facing additional support needs, he contributes significantly to the garden's operations and maintenance. Corey's involvement in plant production, bulb maintenance, seed raising and mentoring fellow volunteers showcases his remarkable skills and growth. His commitment benefits the local community, providing a beautiful and welcoming space for all to enjoy. Through his volunteering journey, Corey has gained confidence, independence, and valuable skills. His impact and personal development make him an exceptional choice for this award, demonstrating the transformative power of volunteering, especially for individuals facing barriers.
There are a few constants, and the one that is the most constant is Corey MacDonald. He's been coming since he's 14 and he's now 22. And Corey does a huge amount in this garden and gives us pleasure, and he gets pleasure. And it's a very nice environment for everybody, especially with Corey in it. And that's true.
Okay then. Hi, my name's Corey MacDonald and I'm famous from working in the Wall Garden too. I help Anna there myself, and and I do good. I taught Anna what to do, and I'm grateful as well. And I help good, don't I? Yes. And I also help out, even I do the beds and everything, and the planting as well, and making sure they're clean and tidy. That's my jobs. And I do watering. I water my vegetable beds as well, and making sure they'll grow and be colourful as well, and be watered as well, and being fresh, and everything's looking good, even there's wooden chips around, and making it look clean for the round beds, and even it will look good,
Our next award is for the Islands Regional Hero. Nominated are Grant Young, Jill Chasemore, Archie Shaw, Ailey Mackay, Mary McEwig, Jay Doherty, and Douglas McFadgen. Shortlisted are Jill Chasemore, Grant Young, and Archie Shaw. And the winner is Jill Chasemore. Jill was nominated by Dougie McFadgen. She is a retired head teacher who has dedicated over a decade to volunteering for the Islay community, showcasing her unwavering commitment and love for the area. Whether it's organising walks and post-walk gatherings for the strollers, coordinating lunch clubs or planning large-scale events, Jill goes above and beyond. Her involvement with the Islay Resilience Group during the pandemic resulted in life-saving support, including distributing hand sanitisers, managing generous donations, and providing essential services to isolated individuals. Jill's selflessness, ability to energise others, and tireless dedication make her a true community hero deserving of this award.
I feel as though Petra Pierce got me here under false pretenses. I didn't even expect to be shortlisted here. But thank you so much for this award. I don't want it for me. I want it for the Isla volunteers. The people that make the tea, the sandwiches, do the transport, plant the plants, hold somebody's hand who are in the end of life care. All those people. Oh, wash all the toys after the toddlers. All those people. So I'm not just taking this back for me, I'm taking it back to all the island volunteers. And so I'd like to thank everybody here. Thank you very much.
Our next award is for the Mid Argyll and Campbelltown Regional Hero. Nominated are Ruth Love, Miles Clark, Pam Gregory, Margaret Jacobson, Heather Cameron, Ros Box, Sid Gallagher, Lorne MacArthur, Ronnie Johnston, and Lee Buckley. Shortlisted are Miles Clark, Ruth Love, and Lee Buckley. And the winner is Miles Clark. Miles was nominated by Sharon Martin. Miles has dedicated 10 years of his life to volunteering at Auchendrane Historic Township, making invaluable contributions to the conservation and maintenance team. Despite facing certain disabilities, Miles is incredibly dependable and works diligently on various projects, including repairs, maintenance, and caring for livestock. His unwavering commitment benefits Auchendrane by keeping the site clear and tidy, while his presence fosters a sense of purpose and pride. Miles' long-term dedication, reliability, and positive impact on the organisation make him a deserving candidate for this award, as he exemplifies the spirit of community recognition and appreciation.
My name is Miles and we're here at Auchendrain. I've been volunteering here for about 10 years. I come down to Auchendrain every week, Monday to Friday. We do lime work, work with lime, rebuilding the buildings, restore them back to what they would look like the best as we can. It's interesting to know how folk used to farm compared to now, where it's great big shiny tractors on the roads, and compared to back then where it was just horse and cart, and it's interesting how far life has come. Favourite thing of the year would probably be the grass cutting, as the grass cutting seems to fly by when you're cutting the grass without you realising. Have a laugh, talk about what maybe happened at the weekend on a Monday morning, still get on with the job. We just carry on the way we go and make our way through the day with a great big cheesy grin. Well, I'd like to thank everybody at Auchendrain that nominated me, and including my family as well, mum, grandparents, everyone. I did not expect this at all. I didn't expect it to be given this opportunity to get this award, and I'd like to thank everybody that was involved to nominate this award to me. Thank you.
Our next award is for the Oban and Lawn Regional Hero. Shortlisted are Ryan McPhee and Victoria King. And the winner is Ryan McPhee. Ryan was nominated by Graham Love. Ryan has dedicated over 5 years of his life to volunteering with LORI, Lawn and Open Reuse Initiative, making a significant impact as a key member of the van delivery and collection team. His role involves loading and unloading furniture, ensuring items are diverted from landfill, and contributing to Oban's circular economy. Ryan's cheerful and dedicated approach, along with his expertise in furniture assembly and troubleshooting tech goods, has been instrumental in expanding LORI's reach and reducing waste. The organisation and the community benefit greatly from his support, as the van service delivers affordable furniture to households in need and supports environmental sustainability. Ryan's commitment, reliability and unwavering positivity make him a deserving candidate for this award, as he exemplifies the spirit of volunteering and leaves a positive impact wherever he goes.
My name's Graham Love and I'm the General Manager of the Grab Trust, and today we're here at Lawn and Oban Reuse Initiative, which is a reuse facility in Oban. It's been open for 12 years or more, and I've been working here at LORI for the last 5 years. So I've got Ryan with me today, and Ryan is a very great member of the team. He's been with us for, I think, over 7 years now, Ryan? Yeah. Ryan, we nominated you for an award.
Okay.
The Argyll and Bute Third Sector Interface is doing a competition and accepting nominees of volunteers that do great work in the community. So when I read about that, I thought, I know the guy that we want to put forward for this. One of the things that has really impressed me, Ryan, when I go out in the van with you, because we sometimes do the driving and we go out, is that you've got great skill in you're able to take furniture apart and put it back together again. 'Cause sometimes it doesn't go in the door or up the stair. But you're really good. There's not a furniture fixing or a joint that you don't know how to take apart and reassemble again. We go to all sorts of customers, don't we? From businesses who are trying to turn a profit, and we help them, to people who don't have anything, and we're bringing them maybe a bed that'll be the first time they've slept in a bed for a wee while. And I always think that you treat all the customers the same, and you treat everyone with dignity. And I think that's one of your skills. And always with that smile, always smiling.
A big thank you and a big congratulations to Ryan. Thank you. Okay, I'd now like to introduce Renee Kennedy-Boyle, who's going to be presenting the Volunteer Team of the Year Award. So Renee, over to you. And you have to lean in, unfortunately. It's a bit awkward.
I probably won't because I'm a short stop. Hopefully you can hear me. In our sector, the value of team working cannot be overstated. So I was delighted that this new category will recognise people who collaborate with purpose. I have been privileged to work in many teams throughout my career, and I value each of those experiences, but none so more than when I joined the third sector. Whether a team is formed for a single event or a project, or it forms to meet a particular need, they may form for just a short space of time or have a particular outcome to aim for that seems quite far away at the beginning. What they all have in common is purpose and a recognition that through collaboration, much can be achieved, change can be achieved. However, special recognition should be given to those people who event after event, activity after activity, year after year, and through the toughest of times, endure with fortitude and resilience to support people in our communities and make changes for the benefit of our environment. Those teams are remarkable as they evolve and morph to deliver their purpose in changing circumstances. We're going to see and hear from some fantastic examples across Argyll and Bute.
Thank you, Renee. And nominated for the Volunteer Team of the Year award are Oban Winter Festival, the people who litter pick between Oban and Teenult A85, Lochgare Village Hall volunteers, the band Soap, Argyll Homes for All, Helensburgh Community Council, Argyll and Bute Volunteer Advisors, Argyll and Bute branch of SSAFA or SAFA, the Armed Forces Charity, Glenfinnan Walled Garden Volunteers, Bute Resilience, ACTS and Green Shoots. Shortlisted are Argyll and Bute SAFA branch, Lochgare Village Hall Volunteers, Oban Winter Festival and Soap. And the winner is Argyll and Bute SAFA branch. The volunteers at the SAFA Argyll and Bute branch were nominated by Wendy Taylor, who believes they deserve this award because they have dedicated their time and effort for many years to support veterans and their families in the community. They have worked tirelessly as a team to ensure that referrals are managed and every veteran who needs support can come to a local branch and get the help they need. They have supported 27 cases during 2022 and have been able to manage these cases despite some members of the team suffering from illness. Their commitment, resilience and sense of community have enabled them to make a real difference to people's lives. Moreover, they have been able to achieve this with a small team of volunteers, showing their dedication and passion for their work. Overall, the SAFA Argyll and Bute branch volunteers are very deserving of this award for the positive impact they have made in the community and the lives of veterans and their families.
My name's Wendy Taylor. I work for SAFA, the Armed Forces charity. I'm the Volunteer Development Manager covering Scotland. SAFA supports veterans, serving personnel and their families. There are 19 branches across Scotland, from Borders right up to Shetland and Orkney. I nominated the Argyll and Bute SAFA branch because they have a dedicated team of volunteers who go above and beyond to support veterans in the Argyll and Bute area with everything from financial, practical and emotional support. They've supported 27 veterans during 2022, and although I can't go into personal detail on those cases, it can be everything from replacing broken washing machines or other white goods, support with funeral costs, help with housing or those at risk of eviction, or also to support with mental health and well-being. I think we are seeing, as many other charities, that we're getting more complex cases of support and an increase in referrals. The team members' qualities include integrity, empathy, resilience and team working. The branch chair himself has volunteered for an incredible 18 years, which is an amazing gift of time to one charity, and we're really grateful for that.
Hi, my name's Paul, and I'm a branch secretary for SAFA for the Argyll and Bute branch. I've been with the branch for about 6 years now, and part of that role is obviously being the branch secretary, but I'm also a caseworker as well. We help serving military people and their families and veterans when they leave the army or the military, and their families too. I think it's a very important role because people at any point in their lives go through hardship. Certainly the people I've come across, military people, they will carry on struggling and struggling. When they can't do anything for themselves and they've got nowhere else to go, they come to SAFA. Everyone's at a different point in their life, in different stages. We're non-judgmental, very much confidential as well. So when people come to us with their emotions of being completely broken and actually got nowhere else to turn and needing support, it's just giving them reassurance that we're here, we'll help, we'll try and do what we can do.
Very inspiring and dedicated, along with the whole branch. I'm delighted they've been shortlisted for the Volunteer Team of the Year.
And if I could invite you up to say a few words.
I should have brought my crutches. I had a flashback there when you showed the guards at Buckingham Palace, and that was me about 20 years ago. So I was the Irish Guardsman with the bearskin and the red tunic. So yeah, quite apt to have that on. What can I say? This was a complete shock 2 weeks ago. Wasn't aware about TSI, about the volunteering, and to be shortlisted and then to also receive the award on behalf of the branch is actually a privilege and it's an honour. I give thanks to all the caseworkers from past and present and future ones coming through, because they do make a difference in people's lives. They do go out to charities, veterans all over Argyll and Bute, give up their time, do the caseworking, do reports, and then send off to other charities to help for the funding. So it's to the caseworkers I give thanks to. And I also give thanks to SAFA as a big organisation who, behind the scenes, equally giving us support too on a day-to-day basis. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for all your hands.
Thank you very much. Sorry, bear with me.
Now it's time for the Livergyll Award categories. Please welcome Alex Edmonston, Livergyll's Active Schools, Sport and Community Learning Manager.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attendance at today's awards ceremony. As the active... Is that a crouch? I'm not actually that tall. I just think it makes me look taller if I crouch a bit. Thank you for your attendance this afternoon's awards ceremony. As Active Schools, Sport and Community Learning Manager at Livergyll, I'm acutely aware of how both sport as well as community learning are, for so many people, a huge part of their day-to-day lives. In the local sporting landscape, community and school sport clubs are and always will continue to play a vital role in supporting the physical and mental health and well-being of their participants at this hugely important time. As well as being a place for people to take part in sport, they can be a place for communities to engage with each other, for friends to catch up, for families to connect. All of these benefits would not be possible without our incredible volunteers. As well as the Sports Awards, Livergyll is also delighted to add a new category to the awards ceremony this year, the Community Learning Volunteer of the Year. Community learning is a method of working with groups and individuals of all ages to engage in learning, personal development, and active citizenship. Support is focused on disadvantaged or vulnerable individuals or groups with the aim of bringing about change in their lives and their communities. Across Argyll and Bute, there are many organisations and individuals who support within their community learning opportunities, and I was delighted to see the fantastic nominations we received, shining the light on the great work being undertaken in this area. Volunteers are the backbone of many groups and organisations across Argyll and Bute. They're the coach, taxi driver, nurse, event organiser, administrator, health and safety coordinator, the chef, the tutor, and so many more. In many organisations, a small number of people will likely be carrying out many, if not all, of these roles. And this afternoon is really a day for us to say thank you to each and every one of you. Today we recognise some of those fantastic volunteers in person, and I hope that in doing that we're able to have a think about some of the fantastic volunteers throughout all of our lives who have made a difference to us. And so with that in mind, I'd like to congratulate and thank not only the winners of this afternoon's awards, but all of those nominated for all they do in Argyll and Bute. Thank you.
The Volunteer Sports Coach of the Year Award is in recognition of the volunteers' contribution to sport in the school, community or community club setting, demonstrating their enthusiasm and commitment over the past year. Nominations for the Livergyll Volunteer Sports Coach of the Year are Anne Littleson, Matt Corns, Mark Bowen, Lauren MacArthur, Sid Gallagher, Stuart McKechnie and Stuart McQuaker. Shortlisted for the award are Sid Gallagher, Stuart McQuaker and Matt Corns. And the winner is Stuart McQuaker.
My name is Emma Woods. I nominated Stuart on behalf of Kintyre Amateur Swimming Club in Campbelltown, and I nominated him for all his endless hours of volunteering for our swimming club as head coach. Kintyre Amateur Swimming Club meets every week or various times over the week at Equilibrium in Campbelltown. It's a fantastic facility and we're really, really fortunate. We travel quite a lot, go to competitions, and we realise what a great facility we've got with our big pool. Stuart has been driving a minibus every Thursday night, which is he is right now driving a minibus to Lochgilp Head so that they can get some pool time. They can get 2 hours worth of pool time a week. So throughout this period, there's been occasional parent cards, but Stuart and another coach and a minibus full of kids going up so that they can still get time in the water. Stuart is a PE teacher in Campbelltown Grammar School. The fitness and physical aspect, mental aspect of sport and everything is really important to him. He is a dad of an 11-year-old boy. He has a very understanding wife who must lose him to swimming an awful lot. He's regularly out and about in the community helping at other sporting events, whether it be triathlons. Yeah, he's a very driven, very motivated person, but does everything with the kids the way you would want it done. It's always delivered in a positive, engaging way. so that the kids feel happy in what they're doing, encouraged to come back, and they get the best out of people by motivating them and driving them in a positive way, which as a parent is really important. As a club, we are very, very, very grateful to Stuart for everything he does, from organising our club in the Clyde Close Mini League to getting swimmers to a West District level, which a few years ago was almost unheard of for Kintyre swimmers, to the point where we're now getting medals competing against large clubs in Glasgow, which is just phenomenal. Every bit of the award, for every hour he has spent, every stressed out parent he has dealt with poolside perhaps, every late night session putting entries in for competitions that we're going to drive 4 hours to get to, jump out a bus that he's probably driven, compete, then get back in the bus via KFC and McDonald's on the way home with a whole load of hungry swimmers. So he puts up with a lot. Yeah, he deserves every bit of it. We're so grateful.
Unfortunately, Stuart wasn't able to make it to the awards this evening, so we'll make sure the award gets to him. Congratulations, Stuart. If you see people gripping these awards like they're terrified they're going to drop it, last year one was dropped. So as I hand this back to Taki, I think it might have been him that dropped it, so I'm going to be very careful as well.
That's not true. I deny everything.
Congratulations, Stuart. Moving on to Volunteer Young Sports Coach of the Year Award. This is in recognition of the volunteers' contribution to sport in the school, community or community club setting, having demonstrated their enthusiasm and commitment over the past year. Shortlisted for this award are Toby Barry and jointly Theana McMillan and Holly Allen. And the winner is Toby Barry. Toby was nominated by Mark Bowman. He believes Toby deserves to win this award for his impact on the rugby community. Despite facing a personal setback by being unable to play due to injury, he turned adversity into an opportunity to contribute even more. Over the course of 3 years, Toby has become a fully qualified Level 1 rugby coach and referee, leading training sessions, refereeing matches and producing engaging videos during lockdown. His commitment to the team, evident in his enthusiasm and professionalism, motivates the children and engages with parents. Toby's achievements, including obtaining coaching and refereeing qualifications at such a young age, highlight his outstanding dedication and potential in the sport. He is a shining example of resilience, embodying the true spirit of volunteering and deserving of this award.
Hi guys, my name is Olivia and today I'm going to be helping your rugby skills. What you're going to need is a ball, a rolled up pair of socks, water and a good attitude.
Hi, I'm Mark. I have been a volunteer with Helmsford Rugby Club for the last 6 to 7 years, mainly as a coach, but I've also been the minis convener, which means I oversee the primary 1 to primary 7 teams. I've been doing that for the last 3 years as well. Yeah, so it can take up quite a bit of time, but it's good fun. Wouldn't change it.
My name's Toby. I'm 16 and I've been coaching now for I think around 3 to 4 years. I originally started off through my Duke of Edinburgh because I wanted to give something back to the rugby club as they gave me something as well. But unfortunately, I suffered a really horrible injury. My shoulder just kept on popping out for a couple of years when I was playing. And so I said, you know what, after 8 years of rugby, instead of playing it, I want to give back as a coach. And so I've been doing this now as a fully qualified coach. I've done it for a whole year now, and as a fully qualified minis referee, I've been doing it for 2 years and just starting my coaching journey. We spend an hour to 2 hours on a Friday night. I've kind of go down on Sundays, and that can range from 2 to 3 hours. For my age, it's a lot of time, but I love doing it. Volunteering for me is all about giving back something to the community, to the people that have once helped you. I mean, I never shy away from an opportunity to get involved. Even if I'm returned to Helmsburg in 20 years' time, 30 years' time as a dad, I'll be able to coach my children and coach other people's children and just keep on coaching.
I nominated Toby because he's a fantastic young man as well as a fantastic young coach. During lockdown, we were struggling. We couldn't meet. Teams couldn't meet. We couldn't train. As I said to Toby, I set him a wee challenge. I said, "What about you? Let's see if you can come up with something that will keep the kids engaged." So Toby went out and planned every single week during lockdown a video session of things that they could do at home. Not even with a rugby ball, with a rolled up pair of socks that would give them the rugby skills. And he did a 10-minute video every single week during lockdown that he put on our group's page for the children to do. That to me, that was truly special. Because that wasn't just ordinary volunteer, that was taking it beyond what he needed to do. He took time out for those children, and he just gives back all the time. He's a phenomenal young man, and he fully deserves to be nominated for this award.
First off, I'm going to try not to swear, because that was my exact reaction when I found out 3 weeks ago. I went to mum and dad's room, waking up, had an email, went, holy, and show whatever word you want. It's been a tough 3 years for me with injury, but to receive this award today, I'm truly emotional. I'd like to thank my parents. My mum stand at the back. They take me down every weekend. They drive me about the country, and they give up a lot of time to help me. And so, yeah, thank you very much. And I can use this now back in Helensburgh to inspire other young kids like me to get involved in volunteering, start their coaching career, and try and make a better impact throughout Scotland. Thank you very much.
And now for the final Argyll Award, the Community Learning Volunteer Award. This award will be made to a volunteer in recognition of their contribution to supporting all aspects of community learning, adult learning, including adult literacy, numeracy and English speakers of other languages, and youth work. It is open to all volunteers who have demonstrated their enthusiasm and commitment over the past year. Nominated for this award are Freya Aitchison, Margaret Denver, Margaret Martin, Ruth Love and Gaylord Head Community Council. Shortlisted are Margaret Denver, Margaret Martin and Ruth Love. And the winner is Margaret Martin. The Trinity team nominated Margaret and believes that she is truly deserving of this award for her exceptional dedication and impact as a volunteer. Over the past 8 years, she has been teaching literacy and numeracy skills to individuals with learning difficulties at Hope Kitchen and with the community learning team. Her passion for helping the disadvantaged, particularly the Gypsy Traveller community, shines through in her work. Margaret goes above and beyond running a book group for adults with additional needs, supporting a Home Start group for families requiring extra assistance, and mentoring Robert, who has additional needs, in his volunteering efforts. Her strong connection with the Gypsy Traveller community and her ability to engage and inspire individuals with additional support needs make her an invaluable asset to the organisation Hope Kitchen and the community at large. Margaret's selfless dedication and genuine care for others, even in the face of personal challenges, truly sets her apart and makes her a deserving recipient of this award.
I'm the service manager at Hope Kitchen, and I have nominated Margaret Martin for Community Learning Volunteer of the Year. We call Margaret Wee Margaret, and she is just a bundle of joy. She comes in, come rain or shine, when things are really hard in her life, when things are good in her life, and she comes and she just makes everybody feel really special. everybody who walks in the door, they all feel like, they've just been given a ray of sunshine and a real, encouragement every time they come in to see us. And she remembers everything about everybody, all about their family, everything about their past, everything about their kind of what they're doing at the moment. And she's just really good at making everybody feel like they're really important to her. So that's why I've nominated her. Margaret is just passionate about helping people to learn. However old or young they are, she comes out and helps every week with the Stalk Club, which is the wee babies, and she comes and helps them, and she comes and sings with them, and she really cares about the parents, and she comes and really encourages the families. And then she'll come along and she really helps some of the people who maybe struggle with learning, and she'll come and help them to read, and she'll come and help them to learn about the maths and do things like that. And then she'll just come and she'll help with the washing up. No job is too, big or little for her. She'll come and do anything and everything. Margaret, well done. We all think you're amazing, and we all think you deserve all the wonderful things that you get. And it's an honour and a privilege to come and be beside you, work beside you, and to know you. And it's a joy.
Thank you very much for this. It's just been overwhelming. But most of all, I would like to say that I get much more out of what I do than what I put into it. And I have met so many lovely, lovely people. It doesn't matter where they come from or what they need. I hope that I can do that for them. And I always say that Hope Kitchen is my happy place, because I have had a lot of tragedy in my life, and I'm very, very glad that I have Hope Kitchen that I can go to and talk to my friends, because they care just as much about me. And thank you all very much today. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Margaret. What an inspiring story. We've now got a short video from Jenny Minto, MSP, who's also our Public Health Minister, I believe. Let's play that video.
I'm the MSP for Argyll and Bute, and have just recently joined the Scottish Government as Minister for Public Health and Women's Health. I am incredibly sorry that I can't join you here tonight at the awards ceremony for the Third Sector Interface Argyll and Bute. It is an organisation very close to my heart, but diary commitments have meant that I have to stay in Leith or in Edinburgh to ensure I can be in Parliament. So I know, having attended a number of award ceremonies for the TSI in Argyll and Bute, what a fantastic time you will be having. I often say I have the privilege of representing Scotland's most beautiful constituency, and I say that Argyll and Bute is beautiful not only because of the scenery, but mainly because of the people. And I know all of you here today, tonight, will be having such an amazing time, and I know how passionately people from Argyll and Bute take to volunteering. I think everyone in Argyll and Bute recognises the importance of being part of a community, and communities are interlocked across Argyll and Bute and support other members of their communities too. So I am sure, and I know the awards ceremony will be so successful, and when I'm heading around Argyll and Bute to different corners of the constituency, I'm constantly being reminded of the importance of volunteering. Now, whether it's on Alva, I met some local volunteers clearing up the garden of the Big Goose, or whether it's in Lochgilphead and the Snowdrop Centre supporting people with multiple sclerosis and other conditions. People want to volunteer, people want to be involved, people want to make their communities better. But also volunteering also helps you as a person. It can introduce you to lots of different people with different ideas and help your own well-being and perhaps even combat any isolation you might be feeling. So have a fantastic time at this awards ceremony and good luck to everyone who's been nominated. Everyone who's nominated is a winner, and I wish you all the best and look forward hopefully to meeting you as I move around Argyll and Bute and seeing the awards that you are being presented with today. So have a great time and thank you very much.
We've heard so many inspiring stories about volunteering across Argyll and Bute. And volunteering opportunities come in so many different shapes and sizes, requiring so many different skills. But sometimes volunteers need extra support. We need to widen, as we've heard today, the appeal of volunteering to encourage more people to come forward, give them the skills that they need for their lives as well. It has a dual purpose sometimes. So the TSI has set up something called Positive Destinations, which is a program which can offer just volunteering opportunities, partnering with many groups in this room today, but it also can offer mentoring opportunities. And we've seen 40 to 50 people pass through that program. Their lives have been changed, really, and that's why we've called it Positive Destinations, because they've moved on in their lives, and it's absolutely fantastic to see. So just a wee plug there for Positive Destinations, and a plug for the point that people sometimes need to think about widening out that opportunity for volunteering and going that extra mile to help people help our communities. So with that message, we have a short surprise video about Positive Destinations, which we're going to play now.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 4 days. 4 days I come here, so I enjoy everything. Basically being here, and especially on days like this, you know, and really nice people, you meet new people every day, you know, and so all sort of practical things. I like chopping up bits of wood and screwing things together, so construction is my favourite thing. Making that sort of look tidy and helping Charles and made a big difference because it is definitely more independence, you know. So I usually tell my mum and dad and say, "How was your day?" and like that, and I'm like, "Yeah, it was actually really good. It was good. It's really interesting, you know, and learning different things. You learn new things. It's basically enjoy everything. So everything's good."
So that was a video. So that was a video of Ryan Nathan at Glencruton Gardens, and Ryan is actually here. Stand up and give everybody a wave, come on. And I'd now like to introduce Fiona Davis, who's going to introduce and announce the next award, which is the Health and Wellbeing Award.
Thank you. I didn't come with any extra words, so I'm happy just to roll the video and we'll present the award.
This award will be made to a volunteer in recognition of their contribution to improving the health and well-being of people and our communities across Argyll and Bute. Nominated for the Health and Wellbeing Volunteer Award are Nikki Murphy, Lorraine King, Fiona Cruikshanks, Jessica Turnbull, Grant Young, Jill Chasemore, Adrian Kerr, Linda Shanks, and Georgina Dalton. Shortlisted are Lorraine King, Nikki Murphy, Adrian Kerr, and Georgina Dalton. The winner is Nikki Murphy. Nikki was nominated by her mum Liz and her friend Ian Bryden. Nikki is an incredibly deserving candidate for this award, having dedicated the past 10 years to volunteering and fundraising for our annual Pink Ladies Day event. Having personally undergone extensive treatment for breast cancer, Nikki founded the charity with the aim of providing continuous support and a special day of fun and pampering for women during or after their treatment. Her tireless efforts include organising events throughout the year, advertising the event, charity runs, games nights, and an annual gala dinner, all while encouraging sponsor support. Nikki's dedication has resulted in significant funds raised over the years, benefiting countless women and creating a positive and uplifting experience for those going through similar challenges. Her selflessness, passion and commitment, all while juggling a full-time job and being a mother, make her a standout candidate for this award.
My name's Nikki Murphy and I live in Dunoon, but I work in Oban and various places throughout Argyll and the West Highlands generally. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2013 right at the end of the year, and it was all a bit chaotic. Obviously it was all a bit crazy. I had a 1-year-old, I was self-employed, all sorts of things going on, but I really needed something. I wanted to do something for other women that I knew were going through the same thing. With help from friends, with fundraising and all sorts of other things, I came up with this crazy idea of creating the Pink Ladies Day, which is a day for women who've experienced breast cancer firsthand to use as a full-on escape, loads of pampering, friendship, fun, laughter, great food and drink, and just a feel-good day. Kind of that's why I started it, because of my own experience, and I wanted to do something that felt really cool actually to start with. I didn't really know where it was going, but 10 years down the line it's now a pretty amazing, well-established annual event.
Hi there, Linda Lusardi here to welcome you all to the 7th year of the Pink Ladies Day, organised by the wonderful founder, Nikki.
Hi there, it's Lorraine here, and I just wanted to say to all of you fantastic women, the Pink Ladies, I love that. I hope you have an amazing, amazing time. You deserve to be pampered and to be looked after and just to have a bloody good laugh.
Hello, darling, beloved lady humans who have had cancer and been through that thing. Just think for a moment about how much you deserve your pamper day. On a scale of 1 to 1,000, I think it's sort of 999. So enjoy and much love from the heart of E.T.
For me, it's that feel-good factor, knowing you're doing something that means a lot to a lot of people.
Thank you so much. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Wow. Some of my pals up there on the video. As Adrian said right at the very beginning, it feels really awkward. There are so many incredible people in this room. So I am humbled and extremely grateful for this. Thank you so much. I think the Pink Ladies Day, it's the 10th year this year, 10 years since my diagnosis too, so it's a pretty good year. And I have to say, although I am the convener, if you like, I am the organiser, it couldn't happen without so many incredible people that are behind it. Not only our 100+ women that come each year, and it's growing arms and legs each year, which isn't a great thing if you think about it. We have over 30 incredible volunteers that come to the day, makeup artists, hairdressers, nail technicians, yoga therapists, mindfulness teachers, Reiki, hair, nails, I've said it all already probably, but they make our women feel incredible and they take time out of their day, out of their business much of the time, and without them the Pink Ladies Day wouldn't be so incredible. We usually have it at the Lochfine Hotel every year. The top team there are amazing as well.
But the fundraisers, I'm actually whizzing off to something tonight that one of our Pink Ladies is organising a quiz. But we do so many, and somebody ran the Kintyre Ultra a couple of weeks ago. Somebody just finished the West Highland Way a couple of weeks ago. And we've got somebody else doing the Great Glen Walk, 80 miles on Saturday. But that happens all year by dozens and dozens of people that are raising money for the Pink Ladies Day, which costs about £11,000 to produce each year. So it is amazing. And again, Adrienne, I think, said people get it, and I love that. I love that we're a family, a community. Mutual respect and appreciation is what makes the Pink Ladies Day what it is. And I really appreciate this. Thank you so, so much.
I'd now like to welcome PC Laura Evans, who's Partnership Officer for Argyll and Bute Police, who'll be presenting the Young Volunteer of the Year Award.
Thank you. I know I shouldn't wear heels tonight now, having to crouch down over this microphone. So what is a volunteer? We're using the word all day today, and one of the definitions, because the police love a definition, one of the definitions I read was that a volunteer is someone who does work without being paid for it. And I don't know about you, to me that doesn't go anywhere near defining the volunteers that we've got throughout Argyll and Bute and in this room tonight as well. It might be factually correct, but it just doesn't cut it. So within Police Scotland, we've got two lots of volunteers. We've got our Police Scotland Youth Volunteers, or PSYV, because we don't just love a definition, we love an acronym as well, and we use them all the time. Our Police Scotland Youth Volunteers are youths aged between 13 and 17 who come together in their local community and they apply to become a volunteer with the police. They're amazing and give up their time to attend not just local events, so they'll deploy at things like the Argyll Rally, Kill Games, as well as helping on our islands at the various music festivals. But they also get to travel the country. They also attend things like the Edinburgh Fringe, and coming sometimes from a very small community, that can be a massive, massive thing. And as Heather touched on right at the very start, it gives you a chance to do something that you wouldn't normally get the chance to do, and that's what our young volunteers tell us. Some of our youth volunteers are from disadvantaged backgrounds, and it also helps to break down some of the barriers that often exist between the police and young people, and for that we are so, so grateful of that opportunity. In advance of tonight, I asked our young people, what was your motivation for joining the Police Scotland Youth Volunteers? Because to me, that individual motivation, as everyone has spoke about tonight, is what makes it really, really special. Overwhelmingly, every one of them came back and told me it's the sense of belonging. It's being part of a team and having like-minded people that I know that I can communicate with. The other types of volunteer that we've got is our special constables. They are volunteer police officers with fully warranted powers. I used to be the national coordinator for over 700 special constables throughout the whole of Scotland, and made it a point again to ask each and every one of them, why? Why do you want to join? And I'm going to share with you just a very quick story of a gentleman called Ricky that has always stuck with me. So Ricky was employed as quite a high-level manager in a telecommunications company that covers the whole of the UK. And one night, Ricky was in his home address, fast asleep with his wife, with his young child in the room next door. There was a sound of broken glass and noise coming from downstairs in his house that woke both him and his wife. Ricky asked his wife to phone the police, and at the same time, they might come to harm. So Ricky managed to restrain the male. Bit of a scuffle, but managed to restrain them, and the police eventually showed up. I say eventually, it was 45 minutes later, after the 999 call, the police turned up, still finding Ricky struggling with this housebreaker. The male was arrested, and he was held custody for court the next day. But the next day, Ricky, being very emotional about all of this, sat down with his computer and compiled an email to Police Scotland, copying into his elected members in that local community to complain about having to wait 45 minutes with a housebreaker in his house. And I'm sure many of you here would say, absolutely, that was the right thing to do. As Ricky went to hit the send button, he instead hit the delete button, and he applied to become a special constable instead. And still to this day, Ricky's deployed. Ricky's in Bathgate, but that story always struck with me. And when I said to him, so what is your motivation then? How would you describe it? And he said, well, why would I want to be part of a problem when I could become part of the solution? And I just thought that was absolutely lovely, and it really encompassed everything that we're really hearing today as part of the communities. So when we go back to that original definition of a volunteer, somebody who does work they don't get paid for? Absolutely not. For me, the definition of a volunteer is someone who's amazing, awesome, inspiring, and wants to be part of the solution, in the exact words of Ricky that will always ring true. So on behalf of Police Scotland, I just want to thank every one of the volunteers throughout Argyll and Bute and that are here today, and that's both our adult volunteers and our young volunteers, because without you, our communities would be far less safe and far less worthwhile. So thank you. So on to the Young Volunteer of the Year Awards.
Young Volunteer of the Year is judged on the type of voluntary activity, the impact and the degree of commitment the young volunteer has shown. Nominations for Young Volunteer of the Year are Ronnie Johnson, Ailey Mackay, Freya Aitchison, Corey MacDonald, Owen Gillespie, Kayla Keogh and Olivia Grace Middleton. Shortlisted are Owen Gillespie, Ailey Mackay and Freya Aitchison. And the winner is Owen Gillespie. Owen was nominated by Matt Ray. At just 13 years old, he is an exceptional volunteer who's been dedicated to serving Bute Resilience for the past 5 years. Despite his young age, Owen's commitment to helping others is truly remarkable. He has actively participated in various activities, including packing and delivering boxes during the COVID-19 pandemic, making personal connections with older members of the community, and contributing to the Warm Space Initiative by serving tables, taking orders and washing dishes. Owen's enthusiasm, energy and willingness to learn new skills have had a significant impact on Bute Resilience. His ideas for fundraising and his dedication to the team demonstrate his passionate and proactive approach. Despite facing his own challenges with autism, Owen has gained confidence and valuable experience through his volunteer work, and he eagerly participates in training programs. His contributions such as marshalling events and exhibiting excellent radio communication skills have greatly benefited the organisation and the community as a whole. Owen's exceptional efforts and unwavering commitment to helping others make him an outstanding candidate for this award, deserving of recognition for his outstanding dedication and service to the community.
Hello, my name is Owen. I've been volunteering with Argyll Bute Resilience Team for 5 years. I was 10 years old when I started. I feel good because I know I'm helping people, like, if they can't get out and that and want to socialise, I feel good helping. Since I've started helping volunteering, it's really boosted my confidence.
We're very proud of Owen at Rotary Academy. He's shaping up to be a very caring young man, and he's got a great sense of responsibility and a great deal of care for his community. He's very aware that we are a community with a lot of vulnerable people, a lot of elderly people, and he's done a great deal over the past few years to really help the community, especially during very difficult times during the COVID period.
He jumped in immediately when he was required, put together hampers, delivered hampers, lots of hard work, got trained in DFib. He can do all sorts of things for the community. Just generally keeping this island surviving during the disastrous times of COVID.
The way this boy has grown up and matured, he used to be very timid, very shy, He wouldn't talk to people. Now he's there, willing to talk, willing to help. We were out delivering food hampers to the local people in the town, and quite a few of them got upset if Owen wasn't there delivering their parcel, because he used to have a wee chat with them, and a lot of people, it was the only person they got to see from one Thursday to the next Thursday getting their food parcel, and always there, always ready to volunteer and get dug in.
The reason I nominated, obviously, Owen is I've seen him develop in the past 5 years, how much he is a big part of the team, and felt that he needed to be recognised. He helped deliver somewhere in the region of about 10,000 parcels. So he was also really instrumental in Christmas hampers, pretty much organised most of it, and we just went along with what he needed doing. So recently he's passed his first aid course, he's done regular communications course. Map reading is instrumental in organising things for himself and brings them to the team. A pleasure to have as a volunteer.
He's an example to all of us, old and young.
Thank you for the awards, it means a lot to me. My thanks goes to James and Andy for filming and editing the video. It was a laugh. Thanks to Lauren at the TSI for arranging this. It's been a great day. I'd also like to thank Matt Ray, Vice Chair of Bute Resilience, for nominating me. It is much appreciated. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Bute Resilience for including me and making me a part of their team. I really enjoy working with the team in my community. I look forward to doing many more hours of volunteering in my community. Thank you all again.
Volunteer of the Year is judged on the type of voluntary activity, the impact and the degree of commitment. The level of difficulty to overcome barriers to enable voluntary activity has also been taken into consideration. The nominations are Fiona Gallagher, Nikki Murphy, Ryan McPhee, Ruth Love, Archie Shaw, Miles Clark, Grant Young, Pam Gregory, Margaret Jacobson, Heather Cameron, Roz Box, Jill Chasemore, Adrienne Kerr, Owen Gillespie, Sid Gallagher, Lorne MacArthur, Jason Coles, Mary McEwig, Jay Doherty, Douglas McFadgen, Linda Shanks, Ryan Nathan and Alan McDougall. Shortlisted for the Volunteer of the Year award are Jill Chasemore, Margaret Jacobson, Miles Clark, Pam Gregory and Alan McDougall. And the winner is Pam Gregory. Pam was nominated by Ailsa McCrae. Pam has been volunteering for 2 years, dedicating an average of 3 to 5 times a week to support individuals with mental health issues, older people and those with learning disabilities. As an advocate, Pam ensures that marginalised individuals are heard, valued and included in important conversations and decisions. She spends time getting to know each person, helping them make informed choices and providing support in the community or healthcare settings. Pam's work benefits the organisation and community by promoting inclusivity, protecting human rights and ensuring equal access to services. Through her volunteer role, Pam has gained valuable skills and experiences while empowering and supporting others. Her passion for helping people, combined with her willingness to learn, contributes to her success. Pam actively participates in training, shares life skills and cooking tips with the team, and engages in other volunteering roles. She has made a significant impact by assisting over 30 individuals and receiving positive feedback for her support. Pam's dedication, tenacity and compassionate approach make her a deserving candidate for this award, as she tirelessly works to create a fair and equal society for all.
So it's quite powerful, the role of a volunteer in advocacy. So modest were volunteers, no one person would want to be singled out. They're a team effort, but over the last 2 years during the pandemic, we haven't had all our volunteers engaged in current active casework. I chose Pam because Pam joined us during the pandemic through the height of it and underwent her volunteer training with a new member of staff. Pam had been coming and asking about advocacy, becoming a volunteer with us for about a year as well, and I felt I couldn't put her off any longer. So when we had a new member of staff join us, I thought we should really see if we could bring Pam in. She wasn't content with just one day or a couple of days a week. She was very willing to sometimes be 4 or 5 days a week. I know Pam also does other volunteering work across Argyll and Bute, which for me, it just says a lot about her passion and determination to help communities.
Based on your merits, the amazing work that you've done, you've won Volunteer of the Year.
Wow. Well, that's fantastic. Very well done, Pam. And don't be shy about that or shocked. Why wouldn't you win? You work tirelessly doing things for other people. You do. And you deserve that. You're an outstanding lady. We've said that all the time. You really are a committed person. You absolutely deserve that recognition. I'm very humbled that we have you in our service too, Pam. I'm almost going to cry. We are. And sometimes, do you know those volunteers, these people that give, often just don't see how much they give and recognise it. And you're entirely, you're so humble you can hardly believe it. Because you probably just, that's all you want to do is help people.
Wow. I didn't have to go lie down now. I can't believe it. I really enjoy what I do. I love working as a men's sentence advocate, and I feel it's something that I've maybe been working towards all my life without it.
Pam's actually with us here today. So Pam, please make your way to the front. Huge congratulations, Volunteer of the Year.
Hi everyone. Thank you. I'm just overwhelmed. Wow, I just don't know what to say. My first experience of advocacy was actually working in a refugee camp on one of the Greek islands, where the conditions are absolutely brutal. And because I'm a Greek speaker, well, actually my Greek is really, really bad, but it was good enough to be able to chat to the Greek military who run the camps, and there was a bit of in between going on negotiations, and in the end I found working away at it I was able to maybe get a few little privileges for the refugees, and just tiny wee things like extra water or more milk for the baby, the sort of things that we all take for granted, but for them it was like a big deal. And over here in Argyll and Bute, there are so many people who are struggling on a daily basis to make their voices heard. They might have problems with disability, it might be issues with drugs or alcohol, it could be mental health, it could be lack of confidence. I mean, we're all pretty unconfident at times. Or it just could be the question of who to ask and what questions to ask in order to get help. And that's where advocacy comes in. An advocacy worker will go in and sit down with a person and have a chat with them. That's the important thing I've found is, and the best thing about it is having a chat. And you sit and you chat and you talk to them and you get to know them and they open up and you can sit and work with them on a strategy of how to make their voices heard. And it could be, for example, that they want you to represent them at some kind of formal hearing, or it could just be that you work with them on a day-to-day basis and very gradually support them to get their voices heard, and so that in the end, little by little, small baby steps, they gain the confidence, and in the end, they're able to speak out for themselves. And sometimes they absolutely astonish themselves at how well they've done, and some of them do really, really well. So this is the kind of thing that everybody who works for Lomond and Argyll Advocacy does on a daily basis. And I'm so proud to be part of the team. So I would really like to share this award with them and thank Lomond and Argyll Advocacy for accepting me onto their team. And thank you all for voting for me. Thank you.
Congratulations, of course, to Pam. Now, there's a new award next, which is Organisation of the Year. So why have we introduced a new award? Well, volunteering just doesn't happen on itself. Sometimes it does, sometimes it's spontaneous, but sometimes volunteering needs planning, organisation, support structures, support for the volunteers themselves. And it's important that we recognise those organisations that are able to put those support structures in place. So that's why this award is here today. So let's listen to the voiceover.
Volunteering often takes a lot of time and effort to arrange and coordinate, and there are some amazing organisations that do just that. This next award recognises those organisations. Shortlisted for Organisation of the Year are Gairlochhead Community Council, Glenfinnan Walled Garden and Argyll. And the winner is Argyll. Argyll were nominated by Nicola Hall. The Argyll steering group has been volunteering since March 2022 to develop a recovery cafe in Cowell. Their aim is to provide a safe and welcoming space for individuals in recovery, offering support, resources and a sense of community. They have worked diligently to build cohesion within the group, raise awareness and organise community activities. Their achievements include setting up as a SKIO, securing grant funding, creating publicity materials and most recently hosting a very successful launch day at the cafe. Argyll's unwavering commitment and positive impact are truly inspiring. In a relatively short period, they have successfully established a recovery cafe and created a supportive network. Their advocacy work and community engagement have helped raise awareness and reduce the stigma surrounding addiction. Argyll's accomplishments demonstrate their dedication, fortitude and ability to make a significant difference in the lives of individuals in recovery.
Huge congratulations to Art. Can you make your way to the front, please? Organisation of the Year 2023. As they're picking their way through the crowds.
This is quite high. Come on, team. Get up here. I should just say I'm totally overwhelmed because I'd actually started to think it's time to go home. I think we've got mixed up. I've missed an award or something. But before we came, this is totally unexpected. One of our colleagues said, you better write down a few words, Viv, just in case you win. And I thought, no, I'm not bothered. And only yesterday I sat down and thought, I better just put a few words down just in case. But honestly, I'm totally overwhelmed. I think we all are. We're all totally shocked. We just didn't expect this at all. So I'm going to stick to the words that I wrote down yesterday because I'm a wee bit emotional. And hopefully I'll get through it and maybe my team will help. So just want to say hello, and my name is Viv Hamilton. I'm a trustee and volunteer for the Addictions Recovery Cafe at Dunoon. I'm delighted to be here today with other committee members to accept this award on behalf of our whole team. We are overwhelmed to be nominated for this award by Nicola and Elizabeth at Argyll and Bute Rape Crisis, who can't be here today. Never did we even think of such an honour, as we are such a new charity. We are a passionate and committed bunch of people. I'm getting there. That's the passion coming through. I'm sorry, it's the passion. So we all have lived experience. I think that's why we're so passionate. We are determined to make ARC, as we call it, a success. We've put a lot of passion, determination and work into setting up the charity over the last 2 years. And it's been an interesting journey, to say the least. Ups and downs, peaks and troughs, as they say. But we finally are here, and I'm going a bit off script now. But I have to say, without this bunch here, and some people who can't be here today, I must mention, Argyll and Bute Rape Crisis have mentioned, without them taking the brave step and the risk to host us, to give us a beautiful building that we deliver our cafe in. It's just quite a unique partnership between Argyll and Bute Rape Crisis and our charity and other partners who are going to be working with us in that special space. So from the outset, our charity has been passionate about saving lives. That's what we're about. So every drug-related death or alcohol-related death is preventable. And that's a sobering thought, isn't it? Because over 1,300 die every year in Scotland. We're determined to change that in Dunoon and hopefully across Argyll and Bute too. So we are an open door when others might be closed or out of reach for some. We have no stigma, no judgment, just a warm welcome, a meal to share, company, and yes, support if needed and wanted. We also connect people with services and treatment if required, and we show them love. Remembering that our love has power and that kindness costs nothing. So we are delighted and amazed to get this recognition, and thank you so much for that. We must mention a few people and organisations who helped us along the way and without whom we would not be here today. Top of the list, Argyll and Bute Rape Crisis, Nicola and Elizabeth, who had the vision to cut through the bureaucracy, take a chance on gifting us our beautiful cafe space. Not only that, but they also support our developments, being flexible when we want to change things and working in relationship with us to navigate obstacles. Thank you for taking that brave step. Also top of the list, sorry, but they cannot come second, is Dee James and Sue Lawson, who are committee members and also Argyll and Bute Rape Crisis employees. They can't be with us today, unfortunately, but what amazing people they are. Such passion, enthusiasm, determination, and sheer doggedness that you really struggle to say no to these two. Then to all the organisations and partners who have supported us, too many to mention, but here goes. Argyll and Bute Alcohol and Drug Partnership, Sarah Marquis in particular. Argyll and Bute HSCP, and Fiona's here today with us, who came to our opening. We are with you, Lomond and Argyll Advocacy. They're here in the room today as well. There's Ailsa. DWP, Cargom, Scottish Families, Scottish Recovery Consortium, Argyll and Bute Council, and local businesses. Other recovery cafes, family groups that we visited in Inverclyde and North West Glasgow. And most importantly, our wonderful Cowell community. Finally, thank you to Argyll and Bute TSI for hosting the awards and recognising the power and the value of volunteers to innovate and improve situations for communities through working together with services and their communities. Thank you.
A huge congratulations again to ARC. And we're on to the final award tonight. It's getting a little warm in here, so I can feel the heat rising off the bodies in the background, so we will crack on. I'd like to introduce Sandy Brunton from Mull and Iron Community Trust. He was the winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2022, and he's here to present the award to this year's winners, the final award for this year. Sandy Brunton.
Thank you very much. Just a slight correction, I'm not the general manager at all. I'm only the convener, and that's an unpaid job. The general manager gets paid. So I'm a volunteer like everybody else here. And I was going to say, you're probably quite glad to see me, not because you know me, but because outside is calling, and this is about the last thing that's going to be on here. So I'll crack on if that's okay. But good afternoon, everybody here, and I do hope that you can hear me at the back. I feel really privileged and proud to be here, having got this huge achievement last year, this big award. It was in Dunoon, and I think there was a bit of breakage that did happen. It wasn't me again, that honestly wasn't me. But I did see it happen. I wouldn't say who it was. But it was a bit of a shock when I actually received this huge plaque. And actually today, on the way here, actually not to get the ferry that I was meant to get because the ferries were off. But I did have a look at it just in case I was meant to bring it back, but it had my name on the bottom of it. So I thought it could stay on the sideboard where nobody looks at it. But I thought last year I might have got a recording deal or world travel or beer for a year or... that didn't happen, actually. What did happen? Well, when I was feeling a bit overwhelmed by so many emails that you get, or so many meetings that you're meant to attend, or so many Zooms or whatever it was, and I just took a minute out to realise how important our jobs are, and I'll say jobs because we talked about jobs as volunteers, how important that actually is. It might be unpaid work, but I tend to say that I do unpaid work rather than volunteer, and that's just what I say, because I think that sometimes people don't get the volunteering. They sort of pat you on the head and think, etc. But actually, if you realise the kind of standards that folk have to do and to perform to, it's quite significant really now as volunteers. So I would take a minute out and just, when I was a bit overwhelmed, and just realise how important the jobs are and how this award made me feel. It made me feel positive about what I did, instead of really cross about so many emails. It made me feel comfortable about where I was, and it made me reassured that it was the right thing to do and to continue to do. And I think that I would need to say thanks to TSI and to the panel who were involved with all the voting to do that. But I think that what I'm here to do is to offer my congratulations to who is the next person to get this. I don't know who that is, and we'll soon find out. This Lifetime Achievement Award, and to offer my congratulations, and also to offer my congratulations to the other nominations, those that weren't nominated, and to the other winners as well. And just others have said it before, but what we do is not just a sort of nice to have. It's actually becoming essential, and probably more and more essential. And I think that I was just going to say, just keep on keeping on to everybody here and to wherever you are, because without us all doing what we do, the world, the Argyll, wherever it is we do things, would be a far poorer place. So thank you all, and thank you to the TSI for supporting us to do this, for supporting us to keep on. So thank you.
The Lifetime Achievement Award is in recognition of an individual's exemplary long-term commitment to volunteering. Nominations for this award are Mary Harrower, Nicky Murphy, Archie Shaw, Miles Clark, Grant Young, Jill Chasemore, Sid Gallagher, Linda Shanks, Josie Campbell, and Marie McDougall. Shortlisted for the Lifetime Achievement Award are Marie McDougall, Mary Harrower, and Josie Campbell. The winner is Marie McDougall. Marie is a truly exceptional volunteer who has dedicated over 40 years of her life to helping others, with the past 10 years specifically spent at Hope Kitchen. Her commitment is unwavering as she volunteers every day, offering her assistance during lunch and dinner services. Additionally, Marie selflessly contributes her time to the cathedral, where she supports the work of the priests and ensures the premises are clean. Her involvement extends beyond these duties as she organises eating workshops, sells handmade creations to raise funds for Hope Kitchen, and actively participates in various events. The impact of Marie's volunteer work is immeasurable. She brings joy and positivity to everyone she encounters, leaving them feeling uplifted and inspired. Through her involvement with therapy dogs, Marie spreads happiness to care home residents, while her regular visits to the hospital provide comfort to those in need. Her dedication and genuine care for others make her an integral part of the community, acting as a compassionate and supportive figure for those who are struggling. Volunteering not only benefits the organisation and community, but also brings personal fulfilment to Marie. Despite her own battles with mental health issues, Marie perseveres and uses her skills and talents to make a difference. She is a skilled crafter who encourages creativity in others and finds solace in connecting with diverse individuals through volunteering. Moreover, her role as a caregiver to her daughter with additional needs is enhanced by her involvement, granting her the opportunity to engage with various people and expand her support network. Marie's outstanding contributions are countless. Her ability to uplift those with mental health challenges exemplify her compassionate nature. Marie's resilience, infectious laughter, and unwavering dedication to serving others make her an incredibly deserving candidate for this award. She is a shining example of how one person's kindness and determination can have a profound impact on the lives of many.
service manager at Hope Kitchen, and I'm nominating Marie for the Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, Marie comes to Hope Kitchen and she's a marvellous woman, Marie is. She brings joy to all of the people who come into Hope Kitchen's lives. And she's been volunteering for years and years and years. When she first started out volunteering, she was volunteering at Solace, working with homeless people. She's volunteered up at the hospital for years. Now she's got two wee dogs that she takes into old people's home, and she comes into Edith and she just brings her dogs in, and they just give such joy to the people who are often in the last stages of life, and they see these wee dogs, and Marie comes and brings her joy in as well into the old people's homes, and it's just such a sight to behold. And then she comes into Hope Kitchen and she brings all of her skills, her gifts, her experience into Hope Kitchen. She comes and brings all her jewellery making things, she makes earrings with us, she comes and shares all she has, and she's so generous. And you'll often see her around Oban on her bike, and she'll stop and speak to everybody, and she knows everybody, and she makes everybody feel like they're really important in her life. And she's always really good at giving people a hope for the future. And what she's really good at as well is that she just will give up and sacrifice really important times in her life. Like Christmas Day, for example. Every year on Christmas Day, she'll dress up as Santa, and her daughter Emma, who's had some struggles as well, will come and she'll come and be an elf, go around the hospital on Christmas Day giving out presents. And so many people come into Hope Kitchen and they're really struggling with so many different things. When will I get well? Can I get well? And Marie's a real beacon of light for them, because they can see her and say, yeah, I can get well. And she really shows that if you serve, if you help, and if you put others first, and sometimes whatever situation you're in, you can really reap rewards. So, marvellous Marie, we're so excited that you've won this Lifetime Achievement Award. You deserve it, and you represent so many people in this world who've overcome struggles. So thank you, Marie.
Every morning when I get up out of my bed, I thank God that I'm well, mentally well. It was a long journey because I spent quite a few times down in Argyll in the hospital. But to recover for me was have faith, courage, and my mother used to say, get up and get on with it, and that's what I do. So. And over the years that volunteering, you're giving of yourself, you're giving, and I love giving. And Fiona will agree that I'm happiest and seeing when I'm in the sink and pushing the wheelie bins out at the cathedral, because I've never known a priest to put a wheelie bin out. But and then I've got 4 Chihuahuas, and they come into my life 8 years ago. They are my sanity. They're angels in disguise. 2 of them, Lola and Gucci, are therapy dogs. And as Katrina says, when you go into the hospital, I get more from going into Hope Kitchen, the cathedral. Going to the cathedral, I get more, I come away with more. Sometimes I forget, don't I? I'm not good enough or whatever. But thank you very much, and thanks everybody for nominating me. Okay.
So huge congratulations to Marie, and that brings our celebrations to a close today. Just a few words of thanks and a couple of short announcements, if I may. And I think one of the big commonalities of all of the winners' stories when they spoke today was stories about community, sharing, camaraderie, and also their selflessness. People mentioned the importance of the teams around the volunteer, which brings me to the point about the role of the judges, the judging panel. Who are these terrible people who have to pick one winner? Well, it was a really, really hard task. We had many, many, many difficult decisions to make, so many deserving volunteers, and that's the point. Everybody here, everybody out of this room is a winner. Everybody contributes to their communities, and that's really, really important to underline. So a huge thanks to my fellow judges. So there was Renee Kennedy-Boyle, who's here. Renee, give everybody a wave. There you go. From Fine Futures. And Alex Edmonston from Live Argyll. Go on, give us a wave. And we were joined by two others, Caroline MacArthur from the HSCP and the TSA's chair, Pete McDill, who can't be with us today. I want to have a massive thank you to James Gray and Andy Crabb, the videographers. They were wonderful today. Really, really great video, so thank you. Can I also thank Chris Martin for the voiceover, Richard Dale for live streaming, Live Argyll, of course, and HSCP as sponsors. I want to thank the speakers and all the volunteers. You've absolutely made a wonderful day, so thank you ever so much. Two positive announcements. Now, I've built it up, so it's I'm going to try and bring it down a little bit. Two small announcements, but they are positives of what we're trying to do to support volunteering. And I think the first thing is that we want to announce that we're going to contract with a volunteer assistance program. So volunteers who might be working with people experiencing trauma and perhaps feeling the trauma themselves, they'll be able to get support like employees do of large companies. They'll also be able to access reward schemes, discounts, that kind of thing. They'll be able to access legal advice. So using the TSI's buying power, we'll be able to cover all the volunteers in Argyll and Bute and all the employees of our member charity. So that's something that we can do for you because you guys are doing wonderful work on the ground. So that's something for you. The second announcement is that we're going to set up a small innovation and cost of living fund in the hope that fund will grow. And it's there to recognise the fact that many organisations are struggling with rising costs. So we're starting that fund at £20,000 a year, courtesy of our board, and one of our board members here, our vice chair, is there. She's meekly waving, but our board have been very, very supportive. So watch this space over the next coming months. So thank you, everybody. Please feel free to hang around, network, grab a drink, but thank you, everyone, and a big congratulations to all the winners. And if I can ask all the winners to go to the lovely photo booth, which has got plants and things on it, and one by one, if you could take your awards and have a photograph taken, that would be brilliant. Thank you all.